Hey! So, hello, happy, horrible storm day. So I'm Becky Holmes and today I am talking about waffling, which puts loads of pressure on me to not frickin' waffle, but I'm gonna try not to. So I'm talking about waffling. What is it? When is it bad? When is it good? And some techniques you can put into place today to stop you waffling. So if you are here, say hi, and do you think you are a waffler? So if you are coming live, do say hi and let me know about waffling and you. But if you're watching on replay, just put hashtag replay. You can still ask your questions and I will check back later. Hey, Michelle. Oh, Michelle, are you a waffler? A waffler or not waffler? So let's get cracking. So what is waffling in my definition? So what it is not is the playful banter, the chatting, the being yourself. That is not waffling in my eyes. Playful banter, chatting with your audience, being your true self, that is not waffling, okay? Waffling in my kind of definition is when you go off subject, you get off track, you get so off track you forget what you were actually there for. So for example, I've just had new glasses delivered, okay? It would be very, very tempting for me to just go on and on and on about my new glasses and not talk about what we're here for, the waffling techniques, okay? And then I get distracted and off point. So for me, waffling is kind of where you're over talking or you're distracted, but that to the point where it's a detriment to your content. So if you're a waffler and you love waffling, great. But if you ever feel like it's ruining your message or you didn't quite get your sales memo down, you didn't turn up to do what you delivered because you were off track or distracted, that's the waffling that I want to help you kind of get around. Okay, so is it always bad? Lisa, I'm expecting serious... Yeah, no waffle. No, we're not even going to entertain your comment, Lisa. No, so when is waffle good? So like we said, when you're interacting with the audience, they've turned up, that can be good. When you're filling time, so I'm not in agreement with filling time on lives, like when people are like, well, just wait. We'll just wait for some people. I'm not in agreement with that. There's better things you could use that time for. But if you're doing a live event and you're waiting for people to show up, it's absolutely fine to use that filler. Okay. And another place that waffle is enjoyed and loved is when you are an audience, you've got an audience and they love you. They are super fans. So like I can... well, let's take Michelle. She's my bestie. She's my super fan. She's going to listen to whatever I've got to say, okay? So super fans and people who really get you and your message and they know you, they're not going to mind that waffle. They're not going to mind if I talk about my glasses and never get to my topic of waffle, okay? But it's new people that you want to attract into your world. If you're trying to, say you're doing a 3-minute video or 30 seconds on Instagram now for a reel, isn't it? Or a 3-minute quick social media video, and you want to get new people into your world, that's when the waffle is not quite so useful because it's like you need to get to the point. It's something like in the first 4 seconds, they decide if you've got something they want to watch or not. So it's really important. So for the long videos, if it's your customers, your audience, they probably still want you to get to the point though, but it's not so important. But it's on those social media videos where you've got a finite amount of time to keep their attention and you've got something to say, then it is good to get to the point really quickly. Hi, Teresa. Right, I was going to try and look at the comments, not on my phone, because then I touch it and it goes off. Yes, I've got them up here. Right, so hi Catherine, hi Bethan, hi Harrod. Great, we're all here. So it is good. It is good to get to the point, okay? But how can we do this? How can we cut down the waffle? And it is important too, because for those new people, you say you're going to deliver something. It's really nice to deliver that. And then after that, you can chat as much as you like after that, once you've delivered to those new people that are just testing you out. So the first thing to do is to think about why you waffle. So I just put up an image. I'll show it again because we might not have all been on Facebook all day. But have a really good think. Why do you waffle? Is it because you're nervous? Is it because you're delivering new content? So it's the first time you're having to get your mouth around it. I know that when I present new content, like today, my brain is just like, say this, add this, add this, add this. So is it because you're not familiar with the content and you haven't honed the message? Hi, Suzanne. So could it be nerves? Because then you would work. So either of these reasons, you're going to need to work on a different thing. So if it's nerves, you're going to work on your confidence. If it's new content, you're going to want to think about your preparation. 3, are you a natural waffler? So I don't think I'm a natural waffler. Some of you might disagree, but some people are. So, I'm going to mention another one of my best friends. I don't know if she's here, but Liz Meek. Liz Meek will start talking and then she just goes round and round and round the story, and it's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I hope you can't hear that storm trying to come into my room. So, but that's her natural style. It's her thinking style, and then that comes across in her speech. Suzanne is saying, I'm HSP, so my mind tends to go blank when I press start. Suzanne, love, can you do me a favour? Can you write down for me what HSP is? And then I will learn that. But yeah, your mind might go back. So again, Suzanne, it's like, why? Is it because it's nerves, new content? Hi, Emma. So think about why you waffle. We've done, is it nerves? You'd work on your confidence. Is it new content? So you might need to do a bit more prep. Are you a natural waffler? That's your natural style. Do you get overexcited? Now, this is me, okay? I start talking to you and I want to tell you everything. So that's why I write down what I'm going to say, because I'm like, and they need to know about the lights. They need to know about the camera. They need to know about every single thing, and I get overexcited. But we're going to talk about we'll do that one first, because that's the main one we've got here, how you can change the focus from being overexcited to the not waffle. And then last of not least, but have you got a poor memory? Is it just because you're waffling because you're trying to find what you were trying to say? Okay, so technique number 1. Thank you for filling me on that. So HSP was highly sensitive person. Okay, but yeah, so maybe there'll be something in here you can use, Suzanne, because that brain shutting down, well, in my opinion, would be like, protect me. But there could be things you could do. Yeah, maybe in the prep. So number 1 technique, I'm going to do the focusing. So if we're an overexcited person, like me, like some of the people who already commented on my story, what can we do? Well, we need to just ground ourselves and fully focus on the aims of the video. So I'm going to take this one as an easy example. My aims of this video is to tell you about my 5 techniques for not waffling, okay? So I could tell you how my studio is lit, I could tell you about my new glasses I've got, all those things, but I need to focus on you. You came here because I invited you, because I put the text in the video to hear about those 5 things. So I need to put the focus on you and that kind of delivery, and know that if I told you everything I know about video right now, right here, which we could do it for a few hours, you'd be overwhelmed and you wouldn't take action. So if I keep it really distilled, and I usually do 3, I don't know why I've done 5. If I keep it really distilled, you're really clear on what you need to do to lessen the waffle, which is my ultimate aim. If I tell you everything I know and get really overexcited and feel my heart rate lift, then you will be inspired. You might be like, oh yeah, I enjoyed that. But you'll leave thinking like, oh my gosh, where do I start? So if you get overexcited, it's about focusing. What am I here to deliver today? What do I want these people to feel when they leave? And really focus in on that. Once you've delivered that, when I've done my 5 tips and I've given you what you need, then we can talk about the weather, my dog, my glasses, everything else. Okay? So that's for the overexcited people amongst us. What is your aim of this one video? Not the aim of your whole business, the aim of your one video. How do you want people to feel? So for me, that is having a clear path forward and feel inspired to go and make a video. And yeah, just focus on what you're here to do, because know that the risk is that with the waffle, you're clouding what you were trying to teach. It's like it's just not come across. And in a 3-minute video on social media, you haven't got time for any of that. So you need to get straight to the point. So technique number 2. Bonjour, Chantal. How's your weather over there? So number 2, planning your video. So we're not talking about a live like this. Obviously I've planned it, but let's think of like a 3-minute video or a 2-minute live. You're just sharing a real quick tip. You need to think about, so sometimes it's like, oh, I don't need to think about it. And if you're a great improviser, you probably don't need to think about it. But if you are prone to waffle and you've decided you want less waffle, then what you can do is to really think about the video, how you're getting in and how you're getting out. How you get out is what causes most people to waffle. So they deliver their great thing and then they're like, I wanted to tell you about an event next Tuesday. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Shall I keep going? And it just gets lost. You lose the energy. So think about how you're going to get in, how you're going to get out, which preferably is with a call to action, which I'm not going to talk about today, but that's how you should end nearly all videos. So how you're going to get in, how you're going to get out, and usually what 3 things do you want to cover? If you're trying to cover more than 3 in a really short social media video, it's probably 2 or 3 videos. So try and stick with 3 as an absolute maximum, unless if it's a workshop or training, do whatever you need to get them taught at their thing. But quick social media marketing videos wants to attract attention, 3 things, and yeah, you need to know how you're getting in, 3 things, and how you're getting out. So Teresa says, oh my God, that's me. I don't know how to end it. And Ruth says, that's me sometimes. Yeah, so just have a think. Teresa, I'm not going to go into call to actions today, but you do the work once. If you know what your call to action is, then it's probably very similar for each video. Okay, so it's a great way to end them. So that's another one. So just planning. And even if so my favorite type of quick video is like if I'm at a conference and I'm like, oh, I've learned this amazing thing. I just saw Ruth Perkins speak and she said this amazing thing and I want to share it with my audience. I think, oh, I can just jump on camera, but then I share it and I'm like, oh, but where am I going next? And then if I'm a natural filler, I'll just waffle whilst my brain but then I've often lost momentum a bit. So it's good to just write down how I'm getting in, how I am getting out. I don't believe in scripts at all. So I'm not writing out word for word because I think I lose my energy, my enthusiasm, my focus goes on keeping to the script exactly. Like if I can put it behind the lens and read it word for word, but my focus is then not on the audience. My focus is on being perfect. Nobody needs you perfect. They just need you saying what you said you'd deliver. Oh, sorry to hear that, Chantal. So we've done keep it focused. If you are joining late or you've got any questions, put hashtag replay and I'll come back later. Planning, that's number 2. A great tip, if you are a person, like you are a waffle, I say professional waffler, that's another thing. If you do waffle quite a lot, leave time for it, okay? So just focus on the content first and know that you're going to waffle later. You can chat to the people, you can have a great time afterwards, okay? So content first, deliver that, and then waffle secondary. That would be like if it was a long live. Obviously you couldn't do that for a shorter video. So Suzanne says, I can go off on a tangent and then lose my way. That could also be lack of prep and focus. And those 3 bullet points, Suzanne. So I'm not saying if you go off on a waffle, like stop the video. I'm just saying if you have the 3 points and you get distracted, you can glance down and be like, oh, that's what I was going to talk about next. Okay, so those 3 points. So obviously the thought of thinking them through lets you know where you're going, but then having them written down means you can glance back to them and get back on track so you don't kind of stay lost. It's like a map. Okay, so, oh, thank you, Chantal. Chantal says that's cool. Great. That's great feedback. Thank you very much. So do the content first, waffle later, and chat. Sometimes we just need human interaction, and we get on a camera and we realise we haven't spoken for ages, and then we're just like, "Bleh!" And it's like, okay, I probably needed a phone call with my friend before I went live, or to get that interaction. Right, I don't know what we're on now because I started with a different one. Number 4. Forgiveness. If you do waffle or lose track, people don't really mind. So I'm saying let's get better at waffle, but I'm not saying let's shoot the wafflers. Let's line them up and get rid of them. People don't mind that much. And if you do start to waffle and then you start to apologize for waffling, you try to like make up for it, you speak fast because you're like, oh, I must get back on. It's like, deep breath. You waffled. It's okay. Forgive yourself. Check your content. Deliver your content. Okay, so you can always just forgive yourself, ground yourself, usually with a deep breath. Where was I? I was talking to you about this, and you can get back on track. But if you don't forgive yourself, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse, and you dig yourself into a massive hole. You'll come off the video and you'll be like, delete that pile of crap, because you're affecting your own energy by like beating yourself up. So if you do get off track or you waffle, do not worry about it. Forgive yourself straight away. Check what you were going to be talking about and move forward. Okay, that is the same technique if your dog barks or if your postman comes to deliver something. Forgive yourself, ground yourself, and move forward. Nobody really minds. We all want to have more concise presentations, but if we don't, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Suzanne says, do you prefer standing or sitting when you go live? So yeah, I've been asked this already today, Suzanne. I sit. I am a stage presenter and I have been for 17 years. So I would stand my whole career and I'm very energetic. So I don't feel like sitting I need my energy taking away, if anything. So I do sit, but I think if you're a very quiet person or a shy person or introvert, standing will give you that more natural energy. So I would do what works for you, but it might be standing. But I personally, I sit at the moment because I'm doing it all day. But yeah, originally I was a standing performer, and I could stand as well. I'd probably be walking around because I'm used to owning a whole stage. I'd probably be chaos if I stood up. Right, and last but not least, technique number 5 is to practice. So I'm not saying get it perfect. I'm just saying if you've got new content, you might want to run it past your group first, or you might want to run it past your clients and then put it out. And the reason I say to practice is because the second you say it out loud, I think I already mentioned this, the second you say it out loud, you'll have more ideas, or you'll be like, oh, that was in the wrong order. So sometimes it is just worth saying a concept out loud. Even my process of writing this down and putting it on social media already is like I've honed this. I wasn't just making up the list on the fly, so that when I say it, do you know what I mean? So it's just thinking about it and practicing and saying it out loud. It's one thing to think your content, and the other thing, so I used to be a stage performer, and I'd mark other people's stage performers, and they'd have tight timelines. You got 10 minutes. They do a 30-minute presentation. That is where they've not ever said it out loud. So you might have some really great content, but is it a 3-minute social media video? No. And you don't know until you say it out loud. And that could be very frustrating if you go to sit down to film yourself. You've got everything ready and you're like, oh God, this is a 20-minute lecture. This is not a concise video. So saying it out loud gets the timing down. And you realise much more once you've said it out loud. But another way to practice is just to do the video. Do the video in a safe space, and then record it to finally put it on your website or your blog, or just make videos all the time, and the message will get more and more and more honed all the time. Okay. So Suzanne says, that's me. I have a ton more ideas once I start speaking, and that's why I can tangent. Yeah, me too. Absolutely me, Suzanne. But that's why I just have to think, what do I want to tell these people? What do I not want to tell these people? What's the aim? Write it down and then stick to it. Okay, so those are my 5 techniques. Really focus on the audience, how you want them to feel and what you want to deliver. Plan how to get in and how to get out of the video. Content first, waffle second. Forgiveness. If you do waffle, don't worry about it. And practice. And I don't mean practicing at home by yourself. I mean practice by making videos, going live, making stories, just doing all the things, and your message will come. Your message will never be perfect in your first year of business, because every time you say it, you hone it. Okay, so those are my tips for waffling. Right, let me know which tip you might take away. Bethan says super helpful. Thank you. I'm glad I could be of service today. Do you want to see my glasses now? That I was referencing. I don't know if you stayed. So, 2 pairs of glasses. Whilst I put these on, these are number 1. I love them. These are my new glasses. Before I go, I want to tell you about an event I'm running next Thursday. Now, this is for beginners, so some of you will be too far through with your videos for that, but you can always share it with the people in your communities who might like it. So next Thursday, I am running a take the guesswork out of your setup for videos. So I'm showing you exactly how I do my setup for my lives, filming my online courses, running my programs. It's all the same way, by the way, but how I do the videos on very basic minimal tech. So I understand and own a lot of the gadgetry. I'm just looking around, but I don't use it day to day. So I just want to teach everybody how to set up on minimum budget. So that is Thursday next week, 10 o'clock. It's £35. Let me know if you would like the link. And also, like I said, some of you who follow me are great at videos and you just came for the waffle, but feel free to tag and share my stuff. I'd really appreciate it. So Zoya says, all of the above, but particularly forgiveness and practice to take away. Thank you. Oh, no worries, Zoya. Right, I'm just going to check if there's any more comments. If anybody's just tuning in, I've finished. You can go back and watch the video when it goes on pre-recorded in a sec. So Chantal's going to take the graceful exit. Yep. So you'll just notice mine, Chantal, talking about what I'm doing next. But then I'll probably answer questions, but I kind of know that's my exit. Suzanne says, thank you, no worries. Hey Mark, you've just missed the whole video. Are you a waffler? Right, so unless anybody's got any further questions on waffling or how to get their content more concise, I will be leaving. But yeah, anybody who wants to catch it, it'll be live on my not live, it'll be on my Facebook in a second. So any other questions? Let's just check. Okay, right, well, thank you. And yeah, if you need any help with your videos ever, anytime, just send me a message. I've got one-to-one coaching or regular events, and I will see you all again. And if you want any other topics, let me know.